Yeah, that's a lot of sludge. All I can say is wow. And hey guys, Chuck House and Mopar. Welcome back. Today I'm trading in my sanding blocks and Bondo for some wrenches finally, because I'm going to pull apart the short block for the Coronet. This is a 400 cubic inch motor. I think it was cast November of 71. It came out of a 72 Dodge Charger. Now you say, how do you know that, Chuck? Because there's only a partial VIN. Yeah, and it's a 2G car, so it's St. Louis car 72, because there's guys out there on Mopars that actually know what groups of VINs were assigned to what kind of cars. So after a long time, you know, a lot of unhelpful different information, I finally found that out. So evidently it was in a 72 Charger. Pretty cool. So anyway, the 400, it's a superior motor to the 440. Hate to hurt your feelings. The rotating assembly is lighter by quite a bit. There's a whole lot more meat around the crank than a 440. Sounds to me like the 76 440s had more meat, but nothing approaching an early 72 block. And yeah, I understand you can make safely 700 horse with a 440. These things, I guess more, I don't know. I'm never going to approach anything like that. So what do we know here? So yeah, I'm going to pull it apart. A few things. It is a cast crank engine. This 400's only got, the truck's all got forged cranks. We know that because of the way the dampener has this extra meat around here. So yeah, I'm going to pull her apart and get her off to the machine shop for some machining. It's gonna get it's gonna be a 451, guys. That's where I'm going, and I have already bought 440 source ported heads. I sold the heads that were on there. They were 68906s, I believe, and I sold the trans. Pretty much made up for the price of my heads. That's the only thing I made up for. All right, let me get set up and bring you guys back. All right, boys, let's get a look what we have. This thing has a purple shaft in it. Okay, purple cam down there. I'll show you. Purple shaft might not be politically correct anymore, but that's what they used to call them. That's what I learned to call them. So it's gonna forever for me be a purple shaft. Okay. Okay, so a 400 block, we talked about that. Looks like there's a Chrysler water pump on there. So if you can see right here, H400, H is 72, HP block. I don't know what these two numbers are. And there may be more under there. This is the stuff I scraped off when I first bought the car. Down here, you see we got a 2G 162286. So we know 72 St. Louis, all VINs started at 100,000. So this was about the 62,000th, if that's a 2, might be an 8 actually. Car that was built at the Chrysler assembly plant in Fenton in 1972. So you see we got a 230 block. I got on 440 source. Evidently this is the block number for the highly sought after, really super thick webbing blocks. Now the one thing that Chrysler improved on as years went by, see November 16th of 71, 230 block. The one thing they did improve on as years went by, these ears here, they made them thicker because these will break off. Mine are good, evidently. So freeze plugs are in there. We're going to do all of this. First thing I think I'm going to do is go ahead and try to heat this guy up. Take the thermostat sender, whatever, out and get that broken off water deal out of there. Okay. All right. Now I got the lifters in order, okay, but I'm thinking that this engine, that cam was run once. I don't think I'm going to use that cam. We'll see what it is. I had one back in high school. It was 484, 284. The Hemi grind cam, they told me, Mopar City. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a little lumpier. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I am crushing the hell out of it. Oh, bastard. All right, good. As I said, the fire wrench never failed me yet. All right, clean that off. Anything I can do to make it easier when I'm make it easier later. Trying to clean that on the bench. I'm going to do it now. I was trying to say before, the water pump. So the pulley's supposed to go on first, then the spacer, and then the fan. Well, these guys had the fan out here, so they had the pulley out here. So they had this big, weird thing going on there. All right, get these. That's a thick one. 195. That's one way to do it. That's a mess. Got a dual roller on there. It's pretty cool. And a slinger. I always put them back on. Sure do. Oil slinger. See what we have here, boys. Somebody put together a decent motor. It's freaking brand new. Never been run. It's a brand new timing chain. A little rusty. Trying to see if it's a Cloyes. I don't see anything on there. And we're not going to worry about it. Happen to have a bolt. It's pretty cool. Oh, come on. Right? Yeah. remember how these big blocks work. The push rod for the... Yeah, we'll get it out. Oh no, I'm missing something. We'll get it later. Get this oil pump off. Alright, let's put that back to yeah, I don't know what's holding it. Well, nothing. Could have probably marked it up too while I did that. Alright. There's the cam. It's been run, I'm certain. I don't think it's been run a lot. Let's see what we got for numbers here. 1103. That's all I see on it. I'll look that up. It says anything at all. I had thought about doing, you know, putting a dial gauge on there, get a lift, but everything was collapsed and everything came out. 1103, that's about all I see. Yep, okay. We'll clean this up. Boys, I don't know. Orange RTV. Well, John had this car for 20 years and it never ran, so I guess what do we used to use all the time? Blue RTV. So I'll clean this off, and one less thing like Forrest says, and wire wheel that, and yeah, this thing's gonna need is a power wash. All right, time to spin it. Did you guys see that one video I did? This thing got away from me, had the heads on, had drained the oil over she went. Yeah, I showed you that. Or the oil pressure deals on there. It's okay. All right, let's see what happens here. It's a 402 oil pan. Got another one of these. Oh man, damn it. Yeah, you can see that. That sucks. That so sucks. Damn it all. Oh well, let's get these out. Guys, this may not be an accident, honestly. In '66, they changed the K member on these cars and they slid the engine back, what, an inch and a half or something? So the '65, this is of course certainly a later pan, the K-frame doesn't fit. So that's probably intentional there, is my guess. Heat's on, sorry, it's gonna make a noise over there. I think it's got a windage tray. I don't think so. There's a windage tray actually. How about that? Jeez. Oh my God. Holy crap, Batman. Look at that. Damn. Wow. All I can say is wow. It's a lot of goo. Should have had a hard time running though. Alright boys, the mess is still here. Let's get this out. Oh, there's good, there's oil in the pistons too. Yay! Yep. I would have thought all that oil drained out before. Must have been in the pistons clearly. just like it is now a little bit. Cool. All right, let's see. Let me bring my glasses out. Okay, boys, I got my spectacles on again, standing in oil. We're just gonna do the low-hanging fruit. This is 6. We'll pop one out. You can look at it. And then, I'll take them all out by myself. That's all she wants, to get these off. We'll go from there. See what happens here. We'll get a look-see together. Well, I guess there's no copper showing. Can you see that? No copper showing. Nice little groove in there that I can feel with my finger. Doesn't feel like the crank has got it going on. All right, let's push this down. Just being difficult. There we go. Yep, full oil. A giant piston. Yeah, this one ain't. This one is not. So we got a. Yay. Where are we at? Where are you? Copper showing. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we knew it was a standard bore engine. Like the ring or the thing. Let's see if they turned it, huh? What's it say? 10 thousandths under on the rod. All right, let me put this stuff together and take the rest of it apart, and we'll go from there. All right, boys, I've cleaned up the Exxon Valdez a little bit. Yeah, pretty cool. Not really. There we go. Let's get this crank out. I have also bagged up the bolts and all that fun crap, so everything's pretty much together. I'm kind of curious what they're using for a rear main seal here. You know, evidently these have become a real problem. When I was a kid, I did a couple big blocks, and they were the slide-in kind that worked really well. That's exactly what this is. Evidently you can't get these anymore. They're shaped like the shaped like a, you know, brick or whatever, keystone, and they slid in and they worked. For some damn reason they don't make this thing anymore. You get a piece of damn pipe cleaner and fill the damn thing up with. This one looks like it's got a knurled crank for a rope seal, but of course it's not what we're using here. All right, and that's that. Okay, let's finish this up, get this out, and go from there. Let you guys look at these mains. Pretty good, I guess. Some dirt in there, what you can see. All right, there she is. All of the oil grooves, it's got rust in them. Let me lean you in. All the oil grooves, well, these are particularly bad here. You see that? Yeah, this one over here is really bad. Yep, not good. Very bad. Could go wrong. Hernia? Oh, come on, bastard. Here we go. There we go. All right, boys, that's about it. Let me get you down off of there, and we'll take a look. Well, let me spin it around. We'll take a look. Get these bearings out, and I'll spin it around. I'll put the main caps back on. Okay. So let's get this over if we can. Let all the rest of the oil, this thing's gonna sit here and drain for a few days. All right. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a ridge at the top, quite a bit of ridge really. Let me get out my little calipers here. 4342, is that what I said this has to be? Yeah, 4342. Since we have a ridge at the top. Well, I clearly don't know what I'm doing, I guess. 4333. All right, boys. I actually saw a 4342. I can't get it out. I'm no machinist, but it's standard.
1 week later.
Yeah, it's a week later. I got done what I got done here and left, cleaned up the mess, left, and decided I want to know what this cam is. So I forget now if I've pulled it out and found the numbers on there for you guys. They didn't mean anything. There's actually colors on the end of it, and that means something. Except guess what? You can't find it on the internet. According to Uncle Tony. Okay, so I've done this. So I was like, well, smart guy, you got a Harbor Freight. This thing, dial gauge magnetic base. Why don't you just put a lifter in there and see what it is? Okay, now my Harbor Freight gauge, for some reason I decided to cut this off. It used to be longer. I could have used that. To date, because I've got entirely too much time invested in this stupid thing at this point. So I am going to set you guys up here, and we're going to go from there, because there's two ways that you can figure out what cam's in here. Now I think it's a 44 lift cam. It's just a natural one that you ought to use because it's not stupid, okay? Anyway, let me get you guys set up here. I'll explain it. Okay, so I thought I could simply stick a gauge on here, even on the base circle of the cam, and if it's a 484, this thing will go around 4.84 times, but it never did. And I'm like, well, it was going around about 320. I'm like, well, I know it's not that. It's a purple cam, so it's something. So I got on the internet, sure enough, Uncle Tony's on there. Uncle Tony's Garage. He's got a, he does a tutorial, so we're going to check this twice. So we're going to see, I'm going to bring this through. I got an old lifter on the base circle of the cam. We're going to spin it around. So let's see here. It goes fast. There it goes. There's once, twice, 3 times a lady. Okay. So here's where I got to be careful. And where's it going to stop? About 320. Okay. 319. I'm not right in the center of the lifter because of this. It doesn't work. I'm on the edge of the lifter. I'm on something. And it'll go back down. Okay. Boom. Okay, what I didn't know what else was, so we got 0.320, maybe even 3.319-ish. We're going to use 320 because it works better for what I'm about to show you. What I didn't know was you had to take that number times the rocker ratio, your rockers. And factory rockers are 1.5. So we take 0.320 times 1.5, and I suppose I was standing in front of it the whole time. It's a 44 lift cam, like I kind of thought. I would assume, because it's not, you know, why get stupid, okay? Anyway, so let me pull the cam out, and we're going to do it one other way. So what you do when you do it the other way is you take a mic, you mic the big end and the small end, get your numbers, subtract, and take that times 1.5. Okay, here we go. All right, boys, you've seen me run this thing. I suck at it. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard. It isn't that hard, I don't believe, but I just suck at it. I don't know why. So let me do the big side of the cam lobe. Got my greasiest rag laying here, getting me all greasy. Okay, I saw 1.378 was the biggest. I'm gonna call it 105. This experiment probably won't work so good. 139 minus 105. C. 1.39 minus 1.05 equals that times 1.5. Ha! Yeah, well, whatever. 0.51 lift cam. I don't know. That would be a 509. Whatever. I'm going to try to check this off camera again. See if I didn't screw that up. Probably did. I don't really care because I'm not using this cam anyway. All right, I'll get back to you. Okay, boys. I'm just going to go with the 44 cam. I did look at the rod main bearings on the crank, so they're 1000, so it's a 1010 engine. So the last thing I'm going to do here before I'm done, you see this flashing? I'm going to get a grinder and grind that off and grind this flashing off. As we know, any sharp points create a possibility for a stress crack. It's gone this long, it'd probably be fine, but Uncle Tony goes one step further. He grinds everything. He'll even grind the inside of the mains caps too. He did top fuel stuff one time. I mean, I don't know how necessary it is. At any rate, I'm going to grind that off. When I was a kid in high school, I used a chisel and a hammer. Today, I'm going to use a grinder. And we'll get back to you and look at this block before we wrap this whole thing up. Okay, let's finish up here. So I got on my die grinder. Deal like that. Just Chinese carbide bit. Harbor Freight deal. I've gone ahead and cleaned off, you know, the slag casting flash that was on there. I got over here. Where is it? Oh, right there. Right there. I just cleaned it up. I didn't go all the way out like you probably could. I'm happy. That's good enough for me. I've gone ahead and pulled the freeze plugs out. I'm sure Joe will be appreciative of that. One last thing. It's damn clean in there. Very clean inside, you would hope. Oh, and I don't know if I showed you this before. Creep up on it here. See that? Can you believe that? Wood dauber. Dirt daubers in the cooling jacket. So I had set a 451 stroker. I talked to 440 Source if I end up going that route with them. They don't have the rods they used to offer on that kit. And unfortunately, you would have to balance, do an external balance, it sounds like. The flywheel and the damper, which these are internally balanced. And so their 470 stroker may be the ticket. A little more stroke, a little more torque down low, a little more showing off. The reason I was wanting the 451 is I thought with a shorter stroke it would, you know, less wear on the cylinder walls as she's coming up. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. 451 and even the 470 to go with an aftermarket setup, you're saving 300 grams on, you know, in weight on the rotating assembly, which is huge. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming. I don't know if this is boring or not. I had to do it. I thought I'd bring you along. We'll see you soon. And once again, thanks for coming along. See ya.